thinks I'm gay. One person thinks it's funny. Okay. It is kind of weird, awkward. It's a bit of an awkward situation to get into, especially when I'm talking to strangers. I'm telling you the computer thinks I'm gay, so I'll tell you why. I really don't know. I was watching something on Dreams, and then I watched 2 episodes of Deadliest Planets, and there was a gay and lesbian section on my Netflix. All of a sudden, I couldn't understand what it was. Never mind, it's not funny. Okay, let's get a little bit more abrasive then. I can't believe I said this shit. Okay, it's for some reason, I don't know. I've been watching Hellzone. I've been watching a lot of Netflix, so I get a lot of random ideas. And I'm watching a show called Hell on Wheels. Have any of you all seen that? It's on AMC. Okay, one person. Well, I guess maybe because of how close it is to slavery times, has brought me back. I don't know. You're supposed to question everything, and I'm trying to understand how any white person is afraid of any black person. If I've known something for 800 years, there's more than anything. I know way more about it than I need to be afraid of it. Slavery joke, yeah. Okay, chuckles on slavery. We got that one down. No, but again, it got me thinking. Whenever I was growing up, everyone talked about reparations. You all know what that is? That's payment for slave wages for your ancestors. Well, not your ancestors. I guess you technically be paying me, but it's payment for slave wages. And I don't think anyone realizes it, but you're really already paying for it because you're doing something that no other race has done. You got Discovery Channel. You're educating every race on every wild fucking thing that we don't want to touch. You go and you run around in jungles chasing tigers and lions and snakes and stuff that we don't want to deal with. And I think you do it for the benefit of us, and it's technically kind of like a payment. Going back to the whole 800-year joke, don't tell that to any of your black friends. You'll get punched in the face. It won't work out good for you. If they ask you who said it, say it was a comic in South Dakota, but he was half black. So you can kind of get away with it just a little bit. I apologize, this is all new shit. So let's see. All right. Okay. Back to the Discovery Channel thing. I've been trying to understand why it is that there's never any black people in the wild doing this. You never ever watch Shark when you see a black guy on a boat. I haven't even seen a black guy on Deadliest Catch. Deadliest, so that's another reason. But I've never seen any black guys other than the guys in Africa, in which case I watched the show on, and it's called Deadliest something or other. And like I said, there's not going to be any black people in there other than the people who live in there who will actually tell you, stay away from this one. If the hood comes out, leave it alone. And there's a white guy smacking it on the head. I don't understand. Like you just said, don't touch the shit. If it bites you, it's going to kill you. When you smacked it on his head like it's a baby, this is not cool. I don't understand it. But I was trying to put it into perspective for you all, actually. The reason that I couldn't really get behind getting onto a boat or going and chasing down any sharks or cobras or, a taipan or a box jellyfish or any other thing that can kill me and eat me that lives where there are no streetlights is because you think about it like this. Think of an animal like a serial killer. Jeffrey Dahmer lived across the hall from you in your apartment building. You may not move that night, but you'd be thinking about it, right? Okay, you live next to Jeffrey Dahmer. Go ahead, take your chances, okay? Okay, so cannibal jokes, no. Slavery jokes, yes. Again, slavery jokes, man. Okay, where are we at next? Again, I apologize for the papers. This is all new. I was thinking about it. I've lived here for 12 years, and almost every white roommate that I've had, because I don't think I've never lived with a black person since I moved here, but every roommate that I've had has always gone, hey man, what's this lyric mean? What's this mean? Because everybody listens to hip-hop, they all think that I can interpret this shit. After 5 years of being away from black people, any hood pass or hood anything that you have is thoroughly revoked. I can't, in good conscience, interpret anything for you because then if you say that back to another black person, it's probably going to be wrong. Because most of the time they make that shit up anyway. Kitty cow! That shit don't make any sense. Don't say it to anyone. You just look like you're insane. I heard someone mention Facebook earlier. And I was, again, sitting on my couch watching TV thinking, and If aliens were like just monitoring everything from Earth, the one main thing that goes out as far as information at this time is either Twitter or Facebook. If they think that Facebook is our way of communicating with each other, they're gonna think this is the craziest planet they've ever rolled across because it's just a bunch of random shit. Hey, I'm going to bed. I'm in jail. I'm drunk. And you never know what's going on. My kid is the greatest ever. You're drunk, you're in jail, your kid's the greatest ever. You're a fucked up parent. That's not cool. I'm just saying, if I was an alien, I wouldn't want to talk to somebody that's kind of schizophrenic either. I am a parent of a 6-year-old little girl, and I do love hip-hop, which makes it a little bit harder for me because whenever I'm actually listening to hip-hop, I'm thinking about my daughter at the same time, and I don't want to see her drop it low or anyone else speaking to her in that way or manner. It's just offensive, but I still watch those videos. I don't know why. Yeah, I do. Speaking of my daughter, I go to lunch a lot with her. I didn't know that this was possible when I was a kid, because nobody ever went with me, because they weren't there. I'm joking, my mom was there. No. Single father jokes, don't, you get an offer, no one was there, but it was just a single father. I said, black guy, fuck it, it don't matter. It's always like that, isn't it? No. Isn't that one of my favorite jokes? Once you go black, you're a single mother. No. Why does that work here? That should not work here. You're supposed to be tolerant. Anyway, back to my daughter. I was at school with her recently, and after lunch, they all go out to recess. And at school, because the other little kids, the person there with the parent, that always seems like the coolest, because you can push on the swings, and if any little fights break out, you can feel like a tough guy, like bouncing. Nah, man, we don't do that out here. You need to behave, and they apologize and act like they give a shit. They push them down when you walk away. But it's weird because I like Darwinistic moments. You know, only the strong survive. You know, learning through pain and all that. You get a lot of that on playgrounds. I refuse to teach my daughter to play because if I had to teach you to play, you're already disadvantaged. That's like the easiest shit you can learn how to do. Go outside and do something. I don't care what it is. If it makes you smile, continue to do it, and you'll probably have a good time. But at school, they don't pay attention as much as everywhere else you would in the world. You got little kids on swings doing, 30 miles an hour, and if it's a third grader hitting a kindergartner to the mat at 30 miles an hour, it's probably about a good 50 feet and a chuckle. Don't laugh at people's kids in their face, so they don't like that. The reason I'm bringing the school round up, I had going to these things, going to lunch. I don't know if any of you all have kids, and if you do, cool, go to school with them. It's funny. And if you don't have kids, apparently, according to this guy, you have hurt myself. Have a kid. But no, I was going, and we went out to the playground after school. We're having lunch, and we got done with lunch hour. We go out there, and a little girl walked up and just grabbed my hand randomly. And it was awkward, because I don't know her. She just grabbed me. It wasn't near as awkward as about 10, 20 minutes later when she came up to give me a hug. And I don't know if you recognize this, I'm a taller guy. So when a kid gives you a hug, you're 6'5", their face goes here. Yeah. The first thing I thought of to get her off of me, this is all I thought of, was like, get off of me. I don't need this. I don't know why I thought Austin Powers. When Mini-Me grabs him and he just starts banging everything, and there's all this metal stuff around and I'm just thinking that makes it even worse because they think you're trying to molest a child. No, she's holding on to me and I'm trying to get her off. I'm sorry, not like that. Wow, that ended wrong. Y'all have a good night.